What's going on, everybody? Biggity Bam here, and today I am making a review video. I don't generally make review videos. I don't generally make videos at all anymore now that I think about it, but I really wanted to make this one. Why? Because I'm making it for you. Now, I personally don't need this product. I have a Steam Deck that does awesome emulation. I have a PSP that's modded that does awesome emulation. I don't need another emulation station, but I've seen this one so much, and I was really disappointed when I went on YouTube to try to find a review video to find out some more information about it. Couldn't find one anywhere. I found a couple videos where people were reviewing it before they even bought it. And in one case, the guy was like, "Oh, I bought this thing, it's on the way, I'll let you know how it goes." That was like 3 months ago. So maybe there's videos up by now, I don't know, but at the time of making this video, I couldn't find any. And this is a really cool product if it works. So here we go. This is the game stick that is seen on TikTok, Instagram, Pornhub, Facebook, it's all over the place. So as you can see, the box, well, it's not in the worst shape, but it's also not in great shape. It's pretty banged up. But I'm not really concerned about the outside of the package. As long as the product still works, I don't care. They can kick this thing down the hall like Ace Ventura. Doesn't hurt my feelings. So let's get this thing open and check it out and see what we're working with. Okay, so in the box we have the game stick. Kind of looks like a miniature PS5 in a weird way. So this HDMI plugs directly into your TV, and supposedly all the games and emulators are already on here. I'm guessing in that micro SD card. There's a dongle. I'm guessing that's probably for the controllers. There's two controllers. The controllers, they look okay. They definitely have a cheap feel to them. They definitely feel cheap. But also, this setup was like 25 bucks, so I'm not expecting high quality controllers, but it is what it is. There's the controllers. They do take batteries. Little power cord for the device, and an HDMI adapter. So that's everything that's in the box. So here it is. Favorites, arcade classics. Okay, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Linux, Capcom, Capcom 2, Capcom 3, PC Engine, Entertainment System. Entertainment System. I think we know what that is. Nesh. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. Game Boy. Oh, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, Mega Drive, Neo Geo Pocket, PlayStation. So there's a fairly good number of emulators, at least, on here. I don't think I mentioned this earlier. When I bought this, it was $20. I think regularly it said it was $69 or $59, something like that. But I got it when it was $20. Every time I've seen it, it's been on sale, so I don't think it's ever going to be at full price. But is it worth 20 bucks? If this has legit games, I think so. And if this works. So let's jump into something. I'm going to go for Super Nintendo, and let's see what they have. This thing supposedly has 20,000 games. I'm not going to scroll through all 20,000. That's kind of crazy. So I'm just going to scoot to the side and scroll through all the Super Nintendo games, just so you have an idea of what kind of games they are and if they're legit games and, you know, not like Super Mario siblings or something weird like that. So here we go. as you can see, it's a legit list of Super Nintendo games. It's not weird knockoffs or anything like that. Let's scroll down and see if we can find one of my favorite actually probably my favorite game of all time, and see if it works. A Link to the Past. So it is in widescreen. Don't know if you've noticed that. There is a bit of stretching, obviously. I'm not sure if you can set it to just do full screen. That's definitely a possibility. And in fact, that'd be huge if you could do that. I don't mind playing when stuff is stretched out. I prefer the whole screen to be filled instead of cut off on the sides, you know. But to each their own. I'll mess with that and see if you can also change the aspect ratio. I'm sure you can. The controls are pretty good. There's no lag, and if there is a lag, it's too short for me to even detect. So, awesome. So far, we're 1 for 1. So it looks like you push X for save states and favorite. I just pushed X. Oh, there's a star next to it now. So I guess that's probably going to be under favorites. There it is. And honestly, since there's not a search feature to where you can go into the Super Nintendo emulator and type in Legend of Zelda, it is... Well, hold on. Never mind. You can definitely search for games by name. One. No entries found. Shocking. Kind of curious about arcade classics. Oh, look at those. Super Comics Hero versus Street Fighter. Super Comics Hero. This Magic Land ROMs. What? Now, this is not in alphabetical order like the Super Nintendo games were. It's kind of weird. Definitely should be, but it's not. JJ Squawkers. That looks kind of wonky. Let's check out, see on the screen it says Mr. Viking, and over here it says Lost Vikings. I have no idea what this is. Mr. Viking. Sega. Boy, this looks dreadful. Ah! Oh, can you not shoot sideways? I don't think you can shoot sideways. Oh! If you get the power up, you can shoot sideways. Ugh. Sorry, I can't. Gunsmoke was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. Love it. But Dead Man's Hand. Never heard of it referred to that. So with the arcades, it's pretty hit and miss. Like, I saw some really good arcade games in there, and I saw some other stuff that I've never heard of. The Atari one has legit Atari games, it looks like. Bunch of Atari games. 5200, 7800. The PC Engine emulator, I'm not too impressed with. Maybe you'll see a couple good ones in there. I'm gonna scoot out of the way and scroll through those and let you see what they have. I'm sure there's some good games in here, but I'm sure I'll scroll through it eventually. The Nintendo list is probably going to be ridiculously long. So let's do that too. Sorry to interrupt the scrolling. Did you see how many Castlevanias are in here? There's 4 Castlevania 3s. 6 Castlevania 2s. Okay. I have a feeling some of these are really cool. Let's check this fan edition Castlevania. Okay, well this is Castlevania 2. Ugh. Am I crazy? This is 2, right? Duh! Ugh. Listen, I didn't say I was good at any of these games. So yeah, apparently a lot of these are mods. Not that I'm opposed to that. There's some fantastic mods. There's a Link to the Past mod that's fan-made that's I'm obsessed with at the moment. So yeah, I'm definitely not anti-mods. With all the mods I saw for Castlevania, I'm a little annoyed that there's not twice as many for Final Fantasy. But, you know. Okay, I'm only to K, and I've been scrolling for a while. You get the idea. There is a bunch of legit ROMs on this stick. Nesh looks like it's exclusively modded ROMs. Super Plumber Brothers. This is what I was talking about when I was afraid a lot of this is going to be filler. Like 20,000 legit games, that's cool. Even if it's only 1,000 legit games and 19,000 fluff, 1,000 games for 20 bucks, you know what I mean? That's still pretty good. And finally, the last one I want to look at is PlayStation. If this has a bunch of PlayStation ROMs, like legit PlayStation games, sold. Well, I already bought it, so it's already sold, but you know what I mean. Driver, Crash Wolf, Fantasy Water Margin. Oh, Tomb Raider. Okay. Xena. Okay, I'm gonna scroll. I'm already a little bit nervous looking at this list. But I mean, there's some legit ones, but there's also Confused Wolf Generation, and I never played that one. Superman X6 is Mega Man X6. Okay, so not the most extensive list of PlayStation games. There's, again, a couple good ones. Pretty disappointed, like Final Fantasy VII's not in there. And that's not just because I'm biased because of the shirt. Like, who doesn't like Final Fantasy VII? So there's my short, quick experience with the Game Stick, I think it was called. For 20 bucks, I'd say it's worth it. It has some really good games on there. It does have a lot of filler. You're not going to have 20,000 awesome titles. But I think if you have any ROMs, or if you have access to ROMs, you can replace a lot of this filler and probably just use the same stick and then have all of your good ROMs together in one place. The micro SD card, I'm sure you can copy that over to a bigger one, and then you can fit bigger PlayStation 1 games on there. It probably can't handle PlayStation 2 or higher, so don't get your hopes up with modern emulation. I say modern emulation, but you know what I mean. It's not bad. 20 bucks. I'd say it's worth 20 bucks. The controllers, again, they're cheap. They feel cheap, but they're responsive. They do exactly what you want them to do. And it also said something about save states. I didn't try any save states. Maybe I'll throw that in the comments after I tinker with it some more. But for 20 bucks, do I regret buying this? No. Do I think you should buy it? It depends how nostalgic you are, you know? Depends how much you want to play old school games. If you have a Steam Deck, if you have a PSP, if you have an Xbox that was modded, remember that back in the day? If you have any of those, this isn't for you. It's not going to do anything new. But if you don't have access to emulated games or emulations, I'm almost done. Just hold it together. So if you don't have access to emulators or ROMs, this is probably a dream machine for you. I don't know how they can get away with selling this with all the ROMs on there. That's probably not legal, but you know, TikTok, there's some crazy motherfuckers. Thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions about this Game Stick, feel free to drop it in the comments. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see one of these every 5 years. That's about how often I make new videos nowadays. And I'm so bad at outros. Thanks for checking out the video. Later, guys.